Isabella of France, born 1295, married in 1308. She was married to King Edward II. They had a son, Prince Edward, who was soon to be King Edward III, for reasons I'm about to say. Have a little patience. Tick-tock, mother. So enough of the backstory. Hollywood hates women. Hollywood hates making movies about women. And this woman's will be a blockbuster. She should have been filmed once before in Braveheart. She was cheating on the king with Mel Gibson, and we all know how that turned out. He no longer had a head. But she wasn't just some adult terror, some adulterer.
She is my queen.
She actually loved her husband for a while, until it was time to give him the Braveheart treatment. But why though? Why kill the person that you love? Well, the king was cheating. And it's not the king's fault he was cheating. He just wanted a different type of woman. He just really needed his women to have a penis. And a guy named Hugh Despenser fitted that role perfectly. Hugh wasn't the sharing type though. He wanted the king all to himself. So he convinced the king to keep the queen locked in the palace. And eventually she got fed up and told the king, hey, either it's going to be me, your wife, or him. And the king, just knowing she didn't have the equipment for the job he needed to do, chose good old Hugh. So Isabella went to live with her brother in France. And he was the king of France, by the way. You know this is Game of Thrones. Sitting in the palace, the queen had nothing but time. And she started thinking, England's my home now. She don't live there since she was 10 years old. She had lived there since she was 12 years old. And she had a son, and she wasn't just going to give up the kingdom. So she had King Edward send her son to France. Prince Edward attended a ceremony that the king was supposed to attend, and he backed out for obvious reasons. You shouldn't be cheating on the king of France's sister. There's been kings killed for less. Son in her hands, she plotted on how to take over the kingdom. Isabella's new lover, Roger Mortimer, and her plotted. She married her son to Philippa of Hainaut, also known as the light-skinned princess, to me. Now with an army from two sides, let the hunt begin. Isabella led the army from France to England, giving her the nickname She-Wolf of France. She took over the kingdom fairly quickly, and the king was forced to give up the throne. After the king gave up the throne, they crowned Edward, who was too young to be king. So Isabella took over as being the Queen of England. Now as queen, she had King Edward II killed pretty quickly. It was her way of showing love, I guess, because he could have ended up like Hugh Despenser, with no arms or legs. And it was a happy ending. Well, until Queen Isabella and Roger Mortimer got too comfortable being King and Queen of England, which forced Prince Edward III to have to step in. So he killed Roger, put his mom on house arrest. What can you say, like father, like son? But at least he spent Christmas for every year. Hey mom, I know you killed dad for doing something similar. Hey, it's Christmas. Yeah, remember Jesus? God walked on water? Bread, wine. Right? And that ended Queen Isabella's story. The loving wife into the infamous queen. And there's a couple details that are left out, kind of fine. Man, I suck at talking. Fine details that are left out, or anything that kind of got skipped over.
Oh, I feel simply awful. Must have slipped my mind.